Dave here. Hey, I'm going to do a video here about some of the comic books that I had as a kid, and I wish some of them I still had, probably all of them. Well, some of the earlier ones I had in the 60s were these classic illustrated. These I really liked. I did find a few like remakes of these in the 80s, which I have a collection of those, but I really like these older ones. Now this one, Creature from the Black Lagoon, this was a great comic book. This one, at the end of it, it was different than the movie, but at the end, after the creature was killed or whatever, there was a bunch of little baby creatures swimming underneath the boat. Okay, I had Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy. Read some of those, had quite a few. Dennis the Menace. Now my favorite issue of this one was where he goes on vacation, and they have a lot of places in the United States where he stops at. Little Lotta. Hot Stuff. The little devil guy had some of those. Archie comic books. Jughead was always my favorite, and I always liked Betty better than Veronica. She wasn't as stuck up. Wendy the Good Little Witch. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Had a few of those. Now, The Amazing Spider-Man. I had an issue. I remember having an issue when the stories about how he becomes Spider-Man, where he gets bit by that spider. And if I had the original one, that would be worth quite a bit of money. But it could have been a flashback in a later issue. The Flash. The Elongated Man. Now, one story I remember in one of these issues was he was spying on some bad guys, and he had his ear stretched down the chimney, listening in, and one of the guys threw a cigarette, and it landed on his ear. Now, the Atom, I like this guy. I always wish I could get tiny like that, for some reason. Famous Monsters of Filmland. I had a bunch of those. I like these because they had actual photos from the movies. All black and white, if I remember. Now in the early 70s, I had these creepy and eerie illustrated books. Some of my favorite artists in there was, one of them I think of was Richard Corbin. I really liked his artwork. Then heavy metal. I still have a few of these that I bought some in the 80s, but mainly I had the ones from the 70s for this one. Trying to think. I had the movie also. I own the movie Heavy Metal, the animated version with John Candy. National Lampoon had a few of those, but I didn't care for that one that much. Now, Mad Magazine, those I had quite a few. Like Spy vs. Spy, and I even liked the little comic strips that you'd see underneath the big ones. You'd see them at the bottom of the page or on the side of the page. Alright, that's my little video about the comic books that I had and wish that I still had. Alright, thanks.